Hey everyone, it is great to be here at the Wholesale Investor Emerging Technology Conference. We've had about 30 startups be pitching today. Investors are here, family offices, really great turnout, and it's so good to see. The government has also put their part in, and a real sense of camaraderie, of collaboration. A lot of things going on to help innovative, startups, SMEs, corporates get to the next level with some of these ventures. One thing that I've really heard said again and again today is that we are getting amazing support in all directions. People are innovating in how to support innovation itself. So I'm really pumped to hear that this is happening in the startup community and the innovation community. And I'm really looking forward to how these series of events and community can continue to evolve. We're here with Steve Torso, Managing Director of Wholesale Investor. And Steve, I just wanted to get a bit of an overview. How are you feeling about the ecosystem right now? What's making a difference for founders, investors today in Australia?
So I think the biggest thing for this whole ecosystem is it really started to boom sort of towards the end of 2015. And if you look at today, like when you see a full room, when you see standing room only, it just shows you how far this space has actually come. Because when we started this, there was 30 people in a room and that was it.
Yes.
But what is most important now is that it's self-fulfilling in that there's companies that are, obviously there's companies that are raising money, but more importantly, there's companies that are exiting. And when they exit, they go and reinvest back into the ecosystem.
That's it.
And what I love about this space is everyone wears multiple hats, and everyone's typically quite friendly and quite generous with their time and their efforts, because ultimately we all know there's a word that's sort of come out over the last couple of years talking about competition. In some ways, everyone's competing for money. Co-competition.
Yes.
Everyone's competing for money, but we also know that we actually need to cooperate with each other if we're going to build a space.
Yeah, because we need to build it all together to play regionally, and that's going to make Australia a great place.
Correct. And actually, the last thing I'd say is it's really important for Australian companies to actually go and test their potential overseas. If you've got traction in Australia, then go and see what other markets have potential for you. And because if you've only ever operated in Australia, your actual reference for what's possible is completely skewered.
Yeah, we are an island in the end of the day.
Yes.
Fantastic, Steve. Thank you so much, and really great work with the event. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Great, thank you.
Cheers, mate. KB, we are here with all of these startups and investors, and one thing we've noticed is that many have built something and they don't know how to take it out to market. One thing I know you are great at is building a platform, building a community who is interested in what you do. Tell me a little bit about how a startup or a founder can use this to take their thing to the market.
That's probably the most common question that people ask me. And there's this fallacy that build it and they will come.
Absolutely.
My first piece of advice would be understanding that how companies are dealing with brands today has changed from 10, 15 years ago.
Of course.
So what that actually means from a startup perspective is that people are getting their information online, they're doing their own research, and they're reading about that particular company in their own time. They don't need to be sold to.
Yeah.
So the idea around building a brand, building a community is about putting out valuable information on digital platforms. Now, that could range from writing a lot of articles, doing videos, hosting a podcast. It could be a myriad of different ways. One thing that I think people forget about is that they need to actually do this because they need to be in front of people, because no one actually knows who you are unless you tell people that you exist and that you're out there.
You need to, especially as the owner of the business, you need to drive that forward because it's not going to come from nowhere.
Well, it's not. But then the other thing is, a lot of people are like, oh, I did a video once. You've got to stay relevant. You've got to keep doing it. And there's also this myth about, oh, you're creating too much content. I don't believe in that. If your content's good, people will want to keep watching you.
Absolutely.
And I think another point, my last point to that would be authentic and be yourself.
Yeah.
The videos that I think have gotten the most amount of likes and views have been me just literally walking down the street exercising, and I've had an idea, and I'm saying it so humanized and so authentic that people go, hey, I can really relate to her. So try to, I guess, embellish who you are into the content that you're producing.
Absolutely. That's the spirit that actually gets out there, not a scripted da-da-da-da-da.
Well, people want to deal with people.
Absolutely.
And people want to deal with real people.
Yeah.
Especially an Australian company, they want to see that there's an Australian founder behind that company, that they actually have a mission and they actually have a vision that they want to tell the world about what they're doing.
Yeah, and we have a lot of stories to tell, from Australia out of the world.
Well, I definitely have a lot of stories to tell. I know that much.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, KB. Really
Appreciate
looking
it,
forward
Aria.
to talking to more startups, investors around here. It's it's pumping, and so great to be here with you as well.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, Aria.
I'm here with Scotty from Espresso Displays. And what is it about the, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're working on?
Yeah, so I'm from Espresso Displays. We make hardware products so you can work off your phone and mobile anywhere and stay as productive as you can.
Beautiful. And do you want to talk about anything you may have noticed in the startup ecosystem? What are your thoughts, your takes on it?
I think what we're doing really well as an Australian ecosystem right now is supporting tech, but also global mobility. So whether it's in manufacturing, going to China and Shenzhen really well, or even accessing like the world market. So whether that's Asia Pacific or whether that's USA and Europe.
Yeah, okay, beautiful.
So we're here with Maria from APR Intern, and Maria, please share with everyone how do you guys work and what can you help startups with?
So we find projects with different businesses, whether it's startups, to SMEs, to large corps, and then we actually find talent to go into those projects. We have a large network of PhD students all around Australia, whereby we place them in those projects, just as really highly talented, skilled people. So it's really beneficial for the talent pool and actually finding, I guess, employees even after the project.
Yeah, and then you were saying that it's government, government has some sort of incentive and support to help this intersection between corporate and university.
Yeah, so the government, I think after the OECD report, Australia was last out of 36 countries on the list.
Last.
To do with innovation and universities and industry working together and collaborating. So I guess the government has now thrown quite a bit of money into that, and they've decided to fund our program for PhD students to act as the connectors between the two. So
fantastic.
And it's doing great things in any space, whether they be startup or large firms.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So what would you say if someone is out there right now, maybe running a startup or they're in a business who wants to innovate? What would be your advice to them to make use of this and have it forward their mission?
I think it's interesting. So before I started this program, I always thought, okay, well, if a startup had an idea but then didn't have this skill set, how would they go about it? And we work with a lot of startups. One startup is actually looking for somebody to do a really deep competitor analysis of their startup.
Yep.
They're more tech skilled, but then they're looking for somebody that has the skills of, I guess, the actual business and marketing side. Other startups have, the business marketing side. Need somebody to create who has skills with computer vision, machine learning, and AI. So I think it's actually really easy to find the people you want. You just need to know where to go.
Okay, great. And that's you guys.
That's us, yes.
Thank you so much, Maria. We'll see you next time.
Great, thank you.
Hi, Derek. Do you want to tell us a bit about your startup and what you're doing?
Well, I'm doing a startup in financial services.
Yep.
We're focusing on the self-managed super fund area and direct retail clients.
Yep.
We're putting together portfolios of shares and other securities, and we're allowing people to see a bit of what's in that portfolio. But most importantly, we're allowing people to do a forecast of their savings, what they might get off that portfolio if they buy into it today. And it's something that no one else has done.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And do you want to talk a little bit about your experience with your startup in the startup ecosystem, or what have you found?
Well, I've been at Stone & Chalk for about 3 years, so I've been there longer than most. But it's really good to be in an ecosystem like that because you get so many people connected into you. And you have masterclasses and other benefits. But I've done 2 or 3 startups in my life. This is the first one where there's ever been a ready-made ecosystem to operate in. And it's certainly a better world for the environment, but it's still very tough going for capital raising.
Gotcha. Capital raising is still an issue for you?
Very much so.
Yeah, it is for you.
I don't think Australia's well structured in terms of taxation issues and a few other complexities that create an environment favourable to start-up investors. So you've got to get through that first bit, which might require $1 million of investment from friends and family before you can get to scale and get interest from the the investors like funds.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I'm here with Sam McLennan from Unique Mentors. And Sam, please tell us all about how you work with people.
Yeah, thanks, Aaron. It's been really nice actually just meeting you and being introduced to you from a joint friend, and really interesting to hear about your business model, but also really having a discussion with you about the social impact of businesses and about people and also about communication. And this is what we really specialise in as well, is that business is life.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's all about you as a person. If you're leading that business, is your perception on things and how you create the world for yourself, but how you create the world for other people.
Absolutely.
And at Unique Mentors, we really understand what it's like as a founder, what breakdowns you're going to be having along that journey, and how that can impact you and your family and outside your business, but also your employees and your investors.
You also mentioned that you have a type of support and things helping around mental health and things for entrepreneurs, is that right, and founders?
Yeah, totally. It's mental health is a thing it can take courage to actually talk about what the issues are going on for you. Because it's scary to talk about, hey, I feel like I'm not good enough, or I feel like I'm invaluable, or I'm not wanted. But to have a space to talk openly about that and actually get it cleaned up, so it's in the past and it never
comes up.
Doesn't come up and actually stop you from achieving what you want to achieve.
Absolutely.
We see a lot of people, we know how big they are, and you know how big you are as well. And you're back here and you're like, why haven't I achieved this greatness that I know that I can be?
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We transform those people so they really start becoming that greatness.
That's fantastic. And so what have you seen in today's, sort of ecosystem economy? What's making a difference to founders, to innovative businesses in your mind?
Support. Yeah, because there's so much competition out there, and people seem to be really trying to get to the next level really quickly, and when they're not getting there, they break down and they're getting short with people, they're getting angry. And so having a nice support network of people around you that's trusted, you say, actually, these people have really got my back and they're helping guide me to be the best that I can be.
Beautiful. Because in the end of the day, it comes down to the people. Support, as you said, people need to work with people to build these great things. You can't do it by yourself.
No, you can't.
So fantastic, Sam. Thank you so much. I hope our viewers get a lot out of that. Awesome. And thanks for coming by.
Lovely to meet you, mate.
Cheers,
Awesome.
mate.